come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, Council. Mayor Burcroft, Chief of Staff, Ms. Julie, and Madam Treasurer, Stacy Page. Mr. Chairman, a quorum was established at the 7:15 public hearing tonight, and the agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. Number 4, chairperson's report. Number 5, mayor's report. Number 6, clerk's report. Number 7, treasurer's report. Number 8 is public comment. Number 9, unfinished business. Number 10, new business. Number 11 is warrant. 12 is communication. 13 is adjournment. Mr. Chairman, a motion is in order to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Abdo, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 2, approval of minutes from the regular meeting held on February 10th, 2020.
So moved for February the 10th, 2020.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo. Approval of the minutes from our regular council meeting held on February the 10th, 2020. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And 2B, approval of minutes from the special meeting closed session held on February 10th, 2020.
So moved for the approval of the special meeting held on February 10th in a closed session.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for approval of minutes from special meeting closed session held on February 10th, 2020. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chairman, number 3 is petitioner, and I do not have any petitioners at this time.
Okay.
Number 4, chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. At 7:15, we had a public hearing, and that's was the purpose of hearing comments on the proposed special assessment road for the removal, replacement, and ongoing annual charges, pedestrian street lighting on west side of Wickham and Merriman, south to Wick. At this time, I'm going to recognize Councilwoman Talley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to make a motion for a memorial resolution for Robert Earl Morrison Jr. He is the brother of our former treasurer, Pamela Kersey, so I would like to
Support.
Thank you.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb, for a memorial resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
And I did have a couple of
Okay,
comments. I just wanted to just say they are longtime family friends of ours. The youngest, Angie Morrison, was my best friend since middle school. And then this is just a very difficult time. He passed on Valentine's Day, so keep them in prayers. They had their services over the weekend, and we just want to keep that whole family in prayer. That includes the Green family, the Casey family, and everybody that's related to them. Prayers out to everybody during this time. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I did call you, didn't Ms. Abdo? I did call you, didn't I?
I'm sorry.
Did I?
I'm
Okay. Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. Next up, the chair is going to recognize Mr. Wadsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. I just want to remind the public that this coming weekend, which is the 29th of February, it's going to be the annual cat and dog. It's going to be the shot day. There's going to be a little difference this year because of parking last year at the animal shelter it wasn't big enough. It's being moved down to our DPW building. And this is really a good deal for the residents. The Dr. John is gonna donate a certain portion of what's taken in to the animal shelter. And you can get your rabies shots and all the other shots that your cat and dog need. And this year, he's brought a new thing. You can bring your dog's stool in a bag and have it analyzed. I thought I'd tell the public that. And, well, it's something different, and there's gonna be dog toenail, they're gonna be able to trim your dog's toenail, and that money will also be included to the animal shelter, and it's a good deal, folks. And, John?
Yes.
I have one more comment. On a personal note, Lori Hayniak, who is Scott Hayniak's sister, she needs our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay. Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. I have an announcement to make. It's from the Romulus Eagles. Romulus High School invite you to the alumni business, social, and basketball game against River Rouge, February the 29th, 2020 at 5 p.m.
Wait till next.
at the Romulus High School cafeteria, door number 25. The alumni, would you come reconnect with fellow alumni, learn about upcoming programs and events, and find ways to give back. Local businesses, if you own or represent a business, come learn ways to partner, find new businesses, and strengthen the community. At 5 p.m., it'll be meet and greet, networking. At 6 p.m., it'll be presentations, ways to get involved. And 7 p.m. is the varsity basketball game. And this should be a really nice event. Again, that's Saturday, February the 29th at 5 p.m. at the Romulus High School cafeteria, door number 25. At this time, I'm going to recognize Councilwoman Webb.
Thank you, and through the chair, if I may I step to the podium?
Sure. Ms.
Thank
Webb.
you. To my colleagues, and also to our mayor, and thank you, Mayor. I'm standing before you because I am honoring every single African American who's ever lived or died in this nation and other nations tonight. I'm honoring them. I would like to also let people in the city realize we've made history in this city. First time in the history of the city of Romulus, we have 4 African American council members. Councilwoman Tina Talley, Mayor Pro Tem John Barton, Councilwoman Virginia Williams, and myself. And I appreciate the support, I appreciate the voters, as well as the residents. And in honoring all African Americans nationwide, this is Black History Month. And I just wanted to bring it home to Romulus. We are a wonderful community. We have worked together. I've lived here almost 50 years. We are very diversified, but diversity should be a calling for every single day, not just 1 month out of the year. And in recognizing our African American city employees and residents of a very diverse city, 79% of our residents, not African American residents, I'm not saying that. But we are proud, 79% of the residents who live in this city are married and own homes. 79%. Now that's saying something about our city. That's saying something about diversity in this city. After recognizing my colleagues, we also have the first African American female city clerk, whom she's hired as her deputy, Robin. Although Robin is the fourth, I think I was the third African American female deputy clerk. Also, our DPW, we have Nathan Davis. We have Carl Hunt. These are four men. They've been with our city for a very, very long time. At PD, we have J.D. Settles, police chief. We have captains, Shelby, also heads up the Detective Bureau. We have Captain LeBrett Jackson. We are proud of who we have as African Americans. We are standing tall. Also, our building department, Sheila Stewart. Recreation, Tanya Cofield. Abby Whitehead, retired, but has come back to help out in the finance department. You know, I used to would say, when I walk in, I want to see somebody that looks like me. I haven't changed. That idea has not changed. I would like to see more that looks like me when we come in. But I don't think people realize how important African Americans have made, how important their strides have been in this city. Also, when you go and you research, and I'm hoping, and I'm going off page, I'm hoping that everyone fills out that census application so that it lets us know who we are, how many we are in every race, creed, and color. Martin Luther King had a motto, and it still stands. You will change your mind. You will change your looks. You will change your life and ways. But no matter what you change, you always will be you. And I say this to my African American brothers and sisters and my family: whatever your life's work is, do it well. I have tried all of my life to do well. And let's never forget, education is the key. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilwoman Webb. That will conclude the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5, Mr. Chair, is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Treasurer, Deputy Clerk, and audience. As you know, I always like to bring a quote, and not really a message with this, but I love this quote, so I'm going to share it with you. It was by Harrier Woods. Goes as this: you can stand tall without standing on someone. You can be a victor without having victims. And I just thought that was pretty cool, just really doing the right thing without causing harm to anybody else. And I think good lesson in that during these times. We have a quick video, if we could run that, and then we'll get into some of our action items.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Dancy. Here's what's going on around Romulus. This Wednesday at 5 p.m. in the Romulus High School cafeteria is the Romulus Community Soul Food Dinner. Donations of any amount are appreciated. The next Census Job Fair will be on Thursday the 27th at the Romulus Public Library. A representative from the Census Bureau will be there to help. There are a number of events taking place this Saturday the 29th. The Romulus Drug Task Force is having a bowling fundraiser at Romulus Lanes with registration beginning at 6:30 p.m. and bowling begins at 7. The Romulus Animal Control Department is having their annual dog and cat inoculation days from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the DPW building. And lastly, Romulus High School is hosting an alumni business networking social at 5 p.m. in the high school cafeteria. Come connect with fellow alumni, network with local businesses, and discover ways to get involved. Later that evening, the Eagles varsity basketball team will take on River Rouge with tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. For our good news of the week, we had 3 buses full of people that took part in the 6th annual Black History Bus Tour put on by Romulus Recreation. The buses made stops at places that were significant to Black history and the civil rights movement in Romulus. A special thank you goes out to Recreation Coordinator Tanya Cofield for her hard work in organizing this great event each year. If you weren't able to attend, you can take your own self-guided tour with the help of our YouTube channel. Thanks everyone. Remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website for more information. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you for the video. Also, Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to wish a happy birthday to Councilwoman Roscoe. Happy birthday. I have a couple action items, if we could get into those for council. The first you have before you is a request from our city council, from our legal counsel, and it's a request to adopt the attached resolution authorizing the city administration to participate and investigate and have discussion about the courts of the state of Michigan and a potential consolidation of the 29th District Court with 34th District Court. And this came from some of our prior discussion and a resolution that the city of Wayne had sent out to several surrounding communities. So this is just for discussion and investigating, no action whatsoever.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make that motion to authorize participation in the investigation of potential consolidation of the 29th District Court with the 34th District Court.
I support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for a request for a resolution authorizing participation in the investigation of potential consolidation of the 29th District Court with the 34th District Court. Discussion.
Mr. Barton. Go ahead.
I think Abdo was first, then.
The
Wadsworth,
first
then
question
Ms.
I have is, will a council member be a part of this discussion? Is it possible, I know that it says city administration, but could a council member be a part of this group? Or
What I plan to do, and I really have had very little conversation at all. The only thing I have actually done is referred them to the agreement that was updated recently with the court, the host agreement. So really, there's been no discussion. What I'll probably do is try to do some fact finding and then bring it back to council. And then if council at that time feels there's any more action to move forward, I'd be more than willing to try to pull somebody in. I would rather you select that person than me, but why don't you let me have some, all I'm really looking to do is do some fact finding first. There may be not a need to have a group or committee, but at this point, it's really just investigating.
Okay, and then my next question, this doesn't authorize any general fund money, like
No,
for
no.
fact finding or for
No,
studies?
no,
Okay.
no, not asking for any cost. This really just allows us to show that we want to have an intent to look at it further. There may be other communities as well that send a similar resolution. So it's really just a fact-finding, exploratory effort at this point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Mr. Wadsworth, then
I
Ms.
think-
Virginia Williams.
Mrs. Abdu's covered it, but just a quick comment that this doesn't mean that we approve or disapprove of this. We're just looking into it, correct?
Correct. And at this point, all I've had is just preliminary discussion with our chief judge here, just to make him aware of it. We'll see where it goes, but I'll try to report back on if it's worth any other discussion or not.
Because, because Mayor, obviously, it's just not a simple thing of changing, the address. There's people involved in this that have.
Absolutely. It would also, I'm sure, have to have a lot of say by the state court administrator's office, who technically the judges work for and have determination over which courts have how many judges or magistrates.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Williams.
Yes, I would just like to say, with Romulus already being the host, the 34th District Court already being the host of already 4 additional cities outside of Romulus, my opinion, I would think that the 29th District Court would be a better fit with Westland, since Westland only hosts the city of Westland. So that's my opinion on it, because with the new court, how many courtrooms are in the new court? Do anybody know? Three?
Sorry, 3 is my understanding,
So
so,
if we took on if we took on Wayne Court, that, they would have 4 judges, right?
that would be determined, that would be up to the state court administrator's office. All I can tell you is that before I took it any further, when I brought it to you, was, I found out from the chief judge that they thought they had some capacity, but those were without any numbers or any really diving into the details, so, may or may not fit. I can't tell you that without doing our due diligence and talking, but I think it's worth at least investigating to see if it would be a fit or not. I don't know what other surrounding communities will respond to the request or not. I didn't have any communication with Westland. I heard that they were not interested, but that doesn't mean, that was not official at all, so, I'll bring back to you what interest there is and what steps we walk through.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The only other action item is just to fill the appointment for property disposition. So what you have before you is a recommendation to concur with the administration, approve the appointment of Roger Cadu to the Property Disposition Committee. The term is to expire January 25th of '24.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Williams, for appointment to the Property Disposition Committee. Mr. Roger Cato. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. 6A, second reading, final adoption of zoning amendment 28430 Beverly Road from M1 Light Industrial to MT Industrial Transportation.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for second reading, final adoption of zoning amendment for 28430 Beverly Road from M1 Light Industrial to M2 Industrial Transportation.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Tally. Second reading, final adoption of zoning amendment 28430 Beverly Road. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
No.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And under 6B, request from Roberto Scapitici, Director of Public Works, to schedule a study session Monday, March 2nd, 2020 at 7 o'clock p.m.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for request from Roberto Scappuccini, Director of Public Works, to schedule a study session on Monday, March 2nd, 2020 at 7 p.m.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Williams, for a request from Roberto Capitici, Director of Public Works, to schedule a study session Monday, March the 2nd, at 7 p.m. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Under agenda item 7, we have the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening, council, mayor, deputy clerk, and audience. I'd like to remind everyone that tax payments are due, and we are collecting them at the treasurer's office until the end of the week, and then they're turned over to the county. This is for residential taxes. We'll still continue to collect the personal property, that's for businesses. But of course, if you have any questions, you can give us a call at 734-942-7580. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, under number 8, public comment. This is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand. And after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name and address. And please note, you have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time would be upon the consent of the chairperson. And Mr. Chair, I do have 3 individuals who've asked to speak during public comment.
Okay.
The first person, Chris Sanders,
Are you okay? Okay. Next.
Nancy Lee Pride,
I'm Nancy Lee Pride. I reside in Wayne at 35246 Courier Street, very close to Van Born Road. So you're a close neighbor to me. I have some concerns about the resolution to study and go in together with the courts and ours being dissolved or closed. Our city thinks that it's going to save money, but it won't. We will lose vital programs that are listed, and I hope if any of you had received these, that you can see the list of programs that we will lose if this happens. The other thing that I really have a hard time with is that our city manager, in some ways, is trying to suppress the due diligence of who's in power to put a judge in our court. So you need to remember that. She seems to be wanting to get rid of anything that is against her policies. So you need to remember that. We pray for her every day. So some of the things that I just talked about was the RBTC, which is a program that helps the people in our city. And it was started by our judge that's retiring in 2013. It will put a strain not only on our citizens if we lose that program, but the cost of travel for our police officers to go to any court that is outside our jurisdiction would be hard. I think we only have 3 cars that are on duty, and if one of them has to take a jail person to a court, that's going to be really hard on our city. The other program is truancy. They've done a very good job of 80% changing the truancy in our city. In the court, all these programs are grants. It's not, no money comes from our city. If they close our building, if they close our court, we are going to have to winterize that building when it's winter. We're going to have to make sure that it's secured. It's also going to take police to guard it and make sure that there's no breaking or entering into that building. And then again, that will take our force of our police away from their duties to the citizens to watch one building. I sure hope that you guys really consider, and I know that your court system is overwhelmed with other cities that are also incorporated with you. And so we do not want to tax your court system either. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a Mr. Anthony Miller.
Okay. Any other comments from the audience? If there are no more comments from the audience, we'll close that part out.
Next thing on the agenda is unfinished business.
Mr. Barnes?
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could to Mayor Burcroft, I know that they're about to begin the project on Wicked, Tyler, and Hannon Road. But, these, and I know that they have to bring equipment in and they have to drop off supplies, but I've been told and by numerous phone calls that they're starting to these trucks down McBride, down the side streets. So can we look into to make sure?
We did address that the first week, I'd say the first day, they started dropping pipe. I was getting calls also, so they were
And these
given
truck drivers.
they were given a specific route. So what they will be doing is going, actually dropping pipe, going north on Cogswell to Ecorse Road. They'll be staying off our side streets.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Next on the agenda is new business.
Mr. Barton.
Yes,
I got
Mr. Wadsworth.
one more advertisement here. St. Aloysius Church, beginning this Friday for the next 6 Fridays during Lent is having their annual fish fry. So if you like fish, it's going to be every Friday, starting at 4 p.m. until 7:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth.
Number 11 is warrant.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 20-4 in the following amounts. General Fund, $62,891.09. Major Street Fund, $14,602.01. Local Street Fund, $8,222.99. Public Safety Fund, $20,134.39. Cable TV, $327.28. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $4,715.06. Street Lighting Fund, $47,996.55. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $90,239.19. CDBG, $874. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $8,000. NARC forfeiture for the state, $104.90. Library Fund, $8,402.76. DDA, $55,226.62. Tifa District 2, $869.48. 2014 Capital Improvement Bonds, $182,675. Court Building Construction Fund, $78,534.84. Vining Road Extension, E-Course Construction, $3,912.60. Water and Sewer Fund, $790,813.68. Motor Vehicle, $32,519.65. Technology Services, $7,583.63. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $38,447.11. Revolving Fund, $25,050.39. Current tax, $17,109.35. Payroll Fund, $8,809.51. Total of all funds, $1,508,062.08.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 20-4 for $1,508,062.08. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, warrant number 20-4 will be paid.
We have communication next.
Yes, Ms. Talley?
Yeah, so the time is here for the annual Soul Food Dinner. It is this Wednesday. I want to thank everybody for their support thus far. Most recent support is to date. Shout out, I always hate to do the miss people. Thank you, Mr. Barton, for your support, Miss Eva Webb, Miss Stacy Page. I've said other people in the past meetings, but thank everyone. And I need to do a miss to Miss Linda Sunshine Collier. Thank you so much for your donation. It's just been a huge outpouring. We got a significant donation from our Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib today. And we're just going to have a really good event. We're going to have a good time. And thank you, Councilwoman Webb, for your words regarding our history and how it affects our city of Romulus. So come out, support, be there, be square. We start from promptly at 5. Any electeds is serving. I think for everybody who's going to serve that day, the electeds. I do need you a little early. I told the mayor 4:15, but I think 4:30, between 4:15, 4:30, we're doing something different this year with it, so I need people a little early so we can kind of get you up to speed and prepped on what's going on. So be there, be square. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Mayor, you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment about if we have any residents or other residents about the court issue. A couple things that I understand, they have what prompted some of this is there's a retiring judge in that court. The way I understand the law is that it then goes as a governor's appointment to fill that. But the state court administrator's office would be a great one to communicate to for our residents or other surrounding residents. The number for that office is 313-972-3300. But nothing would happen without the state court administrator as approval. They're the authority that determines where judges go or don't go, how many. Not us, so I just wanted to make that clear. So if our residents want to voice concerns or ask questions, or surrounding or obviously Wayne residents, that would be the authority over that particular portion of it. What I brought tonight is just to have some preliminary discussion. I don't know where that'll go. I kind of think of it as a long shot, but they reached out, so I thought it was worth at least having some conversation. But if people want to voice their concern about the judges and where it would go or who would close or who would move, that would be all under the state court administrator's office. Thank you.
Oh, Ms. Talley, you have something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, and I just shout out to Miss Councilwoman Abdo. She gave me this big old box for donations for the soul food dinner, so we want to fill it up. And when we fill it up, all proceeds are going back to our schools, and let's say prayers for our school system, the district this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Number 13 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Yes. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.